Hopefully you got your 3.1 homework part done and your quiz for 3.3 done as well. Okay, that was quiz number 2. Same thing with this one. We're going to go over this section specifically. You'll have an assignment and then you'll take a quiz on this as well. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about what is called compositions of transformations. What does that exactly mean? It means that we are going to be using a combo of everything we've talked about so far. So far we've talked about reflections, translations, which also means slide, and the other one is rotations. So we're going to do a combo of 2 of those. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is a glide reflection. So what we're going to do is exactly what it says. We're going to do a glide, which is a translation, and then we're going to go ahead and reflect. Most times it'll be over the X or Y axis. Okay, here we go. So this is what it talks about. Translation, we use that symbol, and then we reflect. So here's our footprint. We're going to go ahead and vector translate it. Then we're going to reflect it across this L line, and then we translate again, and we get, so this is the pattern we get. So we're going to do the same thing with all this stuff on our graphs. So it says exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do a glide reflection. So we're going to actually do a glide first. So that means we're going to move it 5 units to the right and 0 units up or down in this case. So let's go ahead and start with T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gives me T prime. Okay, this one is going to go same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. S, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we draw our picture. So that's our first part. So that's our translation. Now we're going to reflect it across which axis? X. Okay. Excuse me. So let's go ahead. I'm going to draw a line straight across the x-axis because that's what we're going to reflect it across. Remember, we're going back to section 3.1. We have 1 unit for T above the line. So that means we're going to go 1 unit below. So if I count down 1, that means I'm going to go down another 1. And then I'm going to get my D double prime. And same thing with S. We're going to go down 2 to the line. That means I'm going 2 more below it. That's going to give me S double prime. B is now 1, 2, 3, 4 above. That means we're going to go 4 below. 1, 2, 3, 4. B double prime. G, we got 1, 2, 3 above. That means we're going to go how many below? 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's my G double prime. So here is my new drawing and my final answer. So I want you to do the same thing on the next one. So pause the video and then come back and we will talk some more about this stuff. All right, you guys, we're back and coming. Here we go. Let's see how you guys did. Boy, it's showing a bad thing here as far as the grid is concerned. There we go. That looks a little bit better. We can see it. All right, let's check it out. So R is 1, -1. S is 4, -2. T is 3, -4. U is 1, -3. Okay, there's our image. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to do the same thing here. We're doing a translation first. So now we're going 4 units left and 1 unit up. So let's go ahead and start this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, U prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, T prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, R prime. And 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, S prime. Okay. Now it says we're going to reflect across what? X-axis again. Draw a line of where that axis is at. Now notice R is right on the line of rotation. That means it stays exactly the same as what it would have been if we would have done the reflection. So this ends up being R double prime. So it stays the same. U, it's 2 units below. That means we're going to go 2 units up. Okay, that's 1 unit below, 1 unit up. And this one's 1, 2, 3 below. That means we go 3 up. And then here is our final drawing. But then we've got to be careful because the question asks which point is at -3, 0. And I think that's what that one is right there. So our answer would be R double prime. All right, so let's go on down and head to the next example. We have to draw ourselves a pic. Oh, it's already drawn on there. So let's go ahead and go with our red pen. Now this one talks about doing a translation and then a rotation. Now, because rotation doesn't say it's clockwise or counterclockwise, what do we assume? Right, it's always going to be what? Counterclockwise, because it doesn't say it, so we automatically presume that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our translation of -1, 5. So that means we're going to go left 1 and up 5. So we're going to go left 1 and up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. T prime. Left 1. And left 1. And then there's our new translation. Okay. Now we're going to do a rotation of 180 degrees. But before we do that, I need to write down the coordinates of what our points are here so it helps us out. Okay, so with this we go T prime. Looks like it's 1, 1, 4. Let's go U prime, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then V prime. Yeah, it looks like it's 2, 1. Now, remember the rule that we have for rotations. Now we're going to go counterclockwise, so it's going to go this direction. And because it's 180 degrees, we know that the rule is x comma y goes to -x, -y. So that means that all we're doing is just change it to its opposite sign. So that's why I wrote them down here. So let's go T double prime. And that means we're going to go -1, -4. U double prime is going to be -4, comma -3. Again, opposite of those. And then this one's at 2, I believe, right? And then V double prime is going to be -2, comma -1. And there we go. So let's go ahead and plot those points on here. And we should get something, I would think, because 180 degrees, that's 90, 180. So I would say it's probably going to be in that section there a little bit. So let's go -1, -4. That's our T double prime. U is -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's our U double prime. And then we get -2, -1. That's our V double prime. And just like I predicted, it would be down in that corner there. If it was 90 degrees, if we're in this quadrant, 90 degrees would be in here, 180 would be in here, and 270 would be back here. Okay? All right. Any questions on that one? So what I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video again. Let's go on to the next one. And let's check that out. Again, this time we have to draw our first image, which let's go ahead and plot those. So 2, 3. This is my J. 5, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. And this one is going to be K. And L is at 3, 0. 1, 2, 3, and it's 0. This is my L. So here is my original. So now what does the next one say that we need to do? It says translation of 3, 1. So that means we're going to go right 3 and up 1. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, up 1. That's going to be my L prime. Again, this one's going to be 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3, up 1. Approximate right here, so here's my K prime. Again, 1, 2, 3, and J. prime will be here. So we'll get something that looks something along the lines that looks like that. Now, because of it being off the graph, it's going to make it a little bit different here. So I'm going to write the J prime coordinates here like I did on the last one. So J is, we're going to go 5, 4. And all we had to do is I put a 3 and a 1 up here, and then I just add them, okay, together. And then we're going to go K prime and put a 3 and a 1 at the top, which is going to give me 8, 3. And then L prime is put a 3 and a 1 above that one as well. Add them together gives me a 6, 1. So there's my coordinates for those. So now again, we're doing a rotation of 180 degrees. So it makes it really easy. Again, I'm going to go add a habit. I'm going to write down the rule of negative x, negative y. So all we have to do is just change them to their opposites. So let's take a guess again here which quadrant it's going to be in. If it's in this quadrant, we need to go 2 quadrants counterclockwise, 1, 2, so it would be down here. So again, let's go J double prime. So we're going to change this to -5, -4. K double prime, change it again, -8, -3. And L double prime is going to be -6, -1. So everything got changed to its opposite. Okay. There. That looks, the grid's a little bit better. So let's go ahead and plot those. So -5, -4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's J double prime. -8, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. 6, 7, 8. And down how many? 3. 1, 2, 3. So around there somewhere. That's our K double prime. And then we got -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down 1. That would be our L double prime. So I know it's kind of got a little messy there in regards to, I know it's just kind of a guesstimation, but that's what we get for that one there. All right, that's our first page. Any questions or concerns about this whole thing? All right, I'm going to stop it here so we go into the second page that has a whole new concept that we're going to be talking about. So I'll see you in a few minutes.